Hi, I'm Tim with the Heyl Group at Keller Williams Realty. I want to welcome you back to my blog. Today I want to talk to you about what to expect in 2012 in the Central Texas real estate market. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the market picking up, the market possibly bottoming out. I want to talk to you guys today about specific examples of why we know the Austin real estate market is back on the rise finally. Over the last 3-4 years, we've been in what's called a buyer's market. Now, the difference between a buyer's market and a seller's market is very significant. In a buyer's market, there are a significant amount of sellers with a very insignificant amount of buyers. So the buyers hold all the negotiation power, and they get their choice of homes and they get their choice of price, essentially. Now, in a seller's market, there's a very high amount of buyers and a very low amount of sellers. And so basically, it's first come, first serve, and you better be paying full asking price. For many years, in 2004, 2005, 2006, even 2007, here in Austin, we were in a seller's real estate market. Now, when the market kind of crashed and tanked, we were slow to follow the rest of the country, but we did turn in to what everybody else was in, which was a buyer's market. And basically, over the last couple of months, things have been pretty slow, and we've basically started to switch. If you look at the numbers, you start to see in many price categories, Austin, Texas is switching to a seller's real estate market. I want to give you guys a couple of examples that we're seeing in our everyday business that is living proof of this. The first one is a home that we put on the market last week. We actually had sat down with our clients and gone over pricing. We discussed the price and in line with the top sale in the neighborhood over the last 90 days, and we decided that that's where we would price the home. We decided also that the home needed to be staged, repaired, cosmetically fixed up, and so we took about 2 to 3 weeks getting the home in tip-top shape so that we could get the highest market value for the home. We actually took this home, got everything ready, and just the day before we were going to put it on the market, we did a new market analysis. We just wanted to make sure everything was still in line, prices hadn't raised, prices hadn't lowered. So as we did the research, what we found was that the inventory was extremely low. In fact, for a one-story home that was similar to this home, there was little to no competition in the neighborhood at the time. And so what we knew is for our individual market right there, we were a seller's market and we had the power. So what we did was we raised the price $10,000. We put it on the market. Over the first weekend, we received multiple offers, ended up selling the home over our full asking price after the $10,000 increase. And so that's the first sign of good things to come, especially in the price range of that home. Now, another sign that I want to talk to you guys about is it's something different, because everybody thinks that the moment we go into a seller's real estate market, that all of a sudden prices are going to start soaring through the roof and everything's changed and everybody can get whatever they want for their home. And that's not necessarily the case, at least not yet. And so the reason why, I'm going to give you an example about a home that we had on the market about a month ago. We got the property under contract at our full asking price of $276,000. Now, just this morning, we got the appraisal in from the bank. The appraisal actually came in at $274,000, which was $2,000 below what we were actually asking for the home and what we actually got it under contract for. So we had a buyer that was willing to pay our price. They came in, they said, absolutely, we're going to put 20% down, we're going to get a loan from the bank, and we're willing to pay this price. Now, the bank, who's giving 80% of the money on the home, they're the ones giving the loan, so they go hire the appraiser, get the appraiser to come out, give the assessed value on the property. The appraiser went and used the last 90 days of sales comps and decided that the highest possible amount this home could sell for was $274,000. And so the bank came back to the buyer, and the buyer came back to us, basically saying, we can't buy this home unless it's for $274,000. So all of a sudden, everything starts to get renegotiated, and it was able to work out fine. But what's important to know about this is that even though the market's picking up, the inventory is low, and the buyers are willing to pay a higher price than they may have been in months past, the banks still are using historical sales comps. They're still not giving the same value that the buyers today might use. See, the buyers today have very little to choose from, and the buyers 3 months ago had a lot to choose from. And so the buyers 3 months ago were willing to pay were not willing to pay the high prices, even though they are today. The banks are using those historical comps, and so it's important to know that prices don't just change overnight. Appraisals, they will keep values in line, and hopefully over time our values will start to increase, just as we're seeing them starting to already. It just is going to take some time, but the good news is Austin is turning into a seller's market in a lot of price ranges. So I hope that was valuable information for you guys. Again, my number is 512-689-4835, and our email is info@heylrealestate.com. And if there's anything that we can do, we would sure love to help you guys out. So thank you so much for watching.